July 4th. What to wear to the barbecue? I love to dress in themes. Found this fabric. I'll show you what I'm gonna wear after I make it. Coming up. Hey, Chanel here, bringing you weekly videos to help you get better and better with your fashion sewing. So be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on a new video. So July 4th is this coming weekend. Yes, I was just in Hilton Head last weekend, and I went into this fabric store called Island Quilters. And I bring my camera in there and like to take a tour whenever I'm in a different town and bring it to you guys to show you different fabric stores that are, around this whole country. So I find a lot of quilt stores. There's not a whole lot of our fashion sewing stores, but thank God I love cottons, and I love to work with beautiful cottons because the quilt stores usually have them. So I was in there and looking around, and my husband was with me, and he always seems to point out the really good fabrics. He's like, hey, look at that. And it was this one right here, and I was like, there was other 4th of July, but I really went after this one because it was so different. It wasn't your usual, crazy stars and stuff like that. And I thought, wow, that's right. What am I going to wear on July 4th weekend? So I love to wear, I have a couple skirts that I've made over the years, and I keep wearing them. And I thought, okay, we got to wear some new stuff. But to do that, we got to make some new stuff. So been making skirts because I'm the queen of skirts. And I have this 3 patterns that I've been using a lot of. The Betty 2, and the Rosie. And I'm writing a book on them about these 3 skirts and different ways of doing them, making them look a little unique. Actually, you can see the 2 behind me. This is the Rosie back here that started. That wasn't the one that started. There was a denim one I did that had this embroidery fabric, and I tell the story in that video. But this was like the 2nd or 3rd one, and I did a patchwork with that when I added lace, and it's a pleather top. And then the one over there, I had some beautiful fabric that I call that the Heart Rosie because it's a heart print, and I layered it, and I thought, oh my gosh, I love that. And they're silk georgettes, and they're just flowy and stuff. Then I have this one too. I actually just wore it, so this one will come out on a video soon. It was some fabrics that I had, I just, wanted to make more skirts. So I love these skirts. They're so comfortable. They're airy, comfortable, go with everything. So I decided to make this fabric with the Rosie pattern because I was thinking, I could use the Betty patterns. The Bettys are just a little more simpler. They're not the square shape. They're somewhat of a circle shape. So I was like, I got to my studio and I'm like, what am I going to team this with? So I was looking for the reds. Okay. Red. Blue. Couldn't find the right blue. These have a lot of solid colors and stuff. So I thought, that's cool. But I was in the, I kind of just take these around to some of my bolts, and I found denim. How about denim and the stars and stripes with the star print? And it has this beautiful gray in it. And denim is American, right? Levi jeans, denim. So I'm going to make this Rosie skirt with denim. And then I thought, okay, so this is for my book, and it's like, how can I change this up and make it a little different? And I love how denim frays, right? It has like a beautiful fray to it. So I stripped a lot of denim strips here. Actually, I have them pinned. I've been working on these the past few days. I have summer camps going on, and I have a full day camp, and while the kids are drawing and stuff, I was like, hey, so they actually helped me. They're like, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? So then I was stripping the denim, and then I just sit here and pull these threads. You pull the cross grain thread, and it creates these beautiful frayed edges like this. So I just little strips. It was hard to, the kids were helping me pull the the strips, and they're really hard. The smaller the strips are, the harder they are to pull. So, so we got the strips like this, and I've got 4 of them because I'm going to have 4 sides. It's a square circle skirt. I don't know if you've seen the pattern. If you've seen any of my other videos, they are, so this is, it's cut on a fold, and then it becomes a square. So it's one big square, and then it, where it hangs, it has a peak like that. So what I thought I would do with these is put these on the edges of the hem, and actually take the fabric and roll it up, face up, and then put this on top of that, so it's like hemming it right on, you know, covering the edge of the hem. So I'm gonna pink the hem. I don't know, tear it. I have to see how it cuts out. But so that is my idea on that. Also, if you know how I like to sew stuff, I'm gonna put this in as the binding. I love to do, like, example on this, like this has this silk binding. This is a folded piece. It's the same as this one. I'm going to just do a raw edge. I don't know if I'll do this side or this side, and just have the raw edge peeking out, and this tucks up into there. So that'll break the denim to the, I'll probably definitely use this one, denim to the trim, and then into the fabric. I hope you're following me. So it's all in here. I haven't sketched it or anything, but these patterns are so great because they're just make everything easy. Also, what I wanted to do, this is the yoke pattern. The actual whole yoke pattern is here, and what I've done is I cut it down right about here. There's another skirt I have, the embroidered denim one, and I chopped up the yoke in many places, added seam allowance, stitched it, and then top stitched it over it to kind of look like a corset yoke. Not tight, but this is like the whole full yoke. So what I've done is I took the pattern and actually have it ready to cut. I've been trying to cut it a little bit out this week so I could just whip this up so I can wear it this weekend. It's gonna happen. I've got this down. I actually literally did this skirt in 3 hours. So yeah, I don't know. And I'm gonna see if I can do this one in 2 hours. That'd be nuts. I don't know if I can ever do a skirt faster than that, but it could happen. I'm gonna time myself. So so I have to count in time for already doing some of this stuff. But I got the pattern ready, and I'm gonna cut it right here, and I added the seam allowance here in my notches, and then so I'll have like a side seam, and then a seam, and then the center front. So that part there, and then I'll just attach it to all of this, and yeah, that should be interesting. It's a different kind of skirt. Now what shoes to wear? All right, I'm gonna cut out the skirt, say this part here, and cut the square out, and then cut out the rest of that and get sewing, and I'm gonna mark the time, see how fast I can do it. So I have this all kind of prepared and prepped, and I'm just gonna show you a couple of quick steps and show you how this looks in the end. Folded this in half and got it even, and I tried to plan on where the denim strips are going to come up so that the stars hit right on top of the denim on both sides, and I had to add a little bit of length to the skirt doing that, just like half an inch. So I got this quarter, it's like a big circle square, and I'm going to pink it right here. And then what I like to do on these is one of these will be the center front, so I'll do like a good V. Ouch. These shears, they lock up. So I'll put a V here on the 2 sides, and then here I'll just do little slits. So I know that one, because when you go to put the yoke on, you don't know what, is it a center front or is it a side seam, because there's no seams. So just here I'll just do the little clips. Now it's a big circle square right here, and then the selvages too. I think I can either tear the selvages off, or I can put them up into the hem. That I'm probably going to tear off about 1/2 inch, and that's the skirt cut. Pretty simple. Now I'm going to cut out these right here, and I cut out the yoke right already there. And then All right, I'm gonna sew these to here. Each one will look like, let's do 5/8 inch seam allowance right down here. And then this one, 5/8 inch seam allowance. I like to pin in the direction I'm gonna pull. That's why I pinned that one and then that one. Sew those 5/8 and then open them up. And then I'll top stitch right here. I'll put the seam towards that, so now it's kind of, instead of it being one flat yoke, it has seams and then some top stitch, just a little extra. And might do a contrast seam or contrast thread in there. So I prepared this yoke, and where's those notches? See, they go that way. I prepared this yoke and get the rest of it done. All right, got this seams put together, and got a seam here and a seam there right on the front yoke and the back yoke. And I think I'm going to top stitch using the cream colored here. I'm going to match the fabric here and do all the top stitching here, and then also apply the top stitching on the strips too. So I'm going to go and do that. It's looking good. Ta-da. I also just realized that this denim has stretch in it, so that's going to be comfy. So I'm going to put right sides together, sew these at the side seams, then I think I'm going to press them over and then top stitch on the side seam also. All right, have the yoke all done, top stitched, the sides, looks great, gonna be comfortable. Now I have to stitch the binding on here, and what I'm going to do is put it, I'm going to need to go right sides together like this, so when I sew the yoke on it comes down. No, actually that's the wrong way. So I have to go, what is the right side on this? I'm using both sides. Okay, so I'm going to go wrong sides, wrong to right side. It's so simple, but it's so confusing sometimes. So I'll base that down, and then when I sew the yoke on right here, that will come over. So I have that one. So I'm going to go and do that. There we have it. Just based it on, so when I put on the yoke, that will go over it. I think that works. I haven't sewn for a few weeks, so I can't remember stuff. I'm like, ugh. Summer camps, oh my gosh. So hem on the star fabric. Plan of attack is to roll up to the right side, about 1 inch on the sides, and then just simply, I have 4 of these strips ready to go. So I have a small strip on top of the larger strip to kind of give it dimension, and then I'm just going to sew over that folded edge up. So then actually you'll see the denim from the wrong side. Right here you'll see a little bit of the fray on that side, and then it will just cover all of that. It'll just be all right there, and I'm just going to do each side separate. Don't know what to do when I get to this part. This one side will cover over it. I haven't figured that part out yet, but there's always a seam ripper. I can open up stuff, or I don't know. See when I get there. And yeah, that's gonna look good. I wanted the stars to just like hit, I didn't want it to be halfway there, so I got it planned right there. So this pattern is kind of like, what do you do with a fabric like this? That's why I love this skirt so much, because you can actually utilize the patterns. And I have that one other denim skirt where I had the weird embroidery on it, and that's the one that started it. I'm like, wow, this is cool how this is working. So again, another strange fabric, and customizing it to make it work. I hope this turns out good. I have a feeling it will, because I love the denim and the whole look. Very American. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna go stitch my first strip on, and actually I might just do them all. See, show you how it looks. Okay, have this started. I'm just gonna pin it on. I was just gonna wing it, but then I thought, better not. So I like to pin it on and know where I'm going on it. I'm just gonna have the denim fray just peek out a little bit over the edge and pin it and go and sew it. I also did some samples on the stitch I want to do. I kind of like that one. But then this one is kind of like the stitches. It's like like this little part right here. This one I lengthened the stitch on another one, and that didn't look so good. It looks like a mess. I think I'm going to go with this one here. It's just like little tiny stitches, and I think that'll look nice inside there. Right. Okay, I'm going to start here, give it a shot. See how this is going to look. Have it on my 57. And number 57 on my 6000i machine here. Have these pinned down just so that the edges are just going over it. I elongated this stitch a little bit too to make it go faster. Changes the look of it a little bit. Embroidery stitches are great, but they take a little longer to sew. So be patient. What it's looking like. Oh, very nice. It's kind of like stitches. I love that. Right. So I have my strips on the side seams, the hem part, and now I got to do the center front and center back. And this one has the selvage on it. It even still has the writing. And let's see, Deb Strain, America the Beautiful, motivefabrics.com. Woohoo! So I just folded that up about an inch, and then I'm going to place. I like to place the first band on there first, and then I guess I'm going to fray the other end of this right here. This keeps up with the frayed thing, but this side frays lighter, and then it's always constantly fraying. This part is the other thread. Now I've got these threads going. Oh my gosh. Once they start going, then you got to pull the whole thing. Ay. Okay. So now I'll put this, just pin these, just have it going over like that. Has that whole frayed effect. And I'll pin this first one down. Get that all the way, and then I'll take the other strip, and I have to fray this one too. And have that frayed effect like that. These ones fray so much easier. This is the length grain. Length grain on denim, on this denim anyway, you'll find that if you fray denims, one side will fray really well and the other side is more of a struggle. Don't know. Okay, and then I'll get this all pinned and do both my center front, or my fronts and my back on this, and then this whole skirt will be hemmed. Then I have to attach the yoke. Skirt hem is done. It looks great. Has a lot of personality. Love it. Oh my gosh. Wow. Now, just have to add the yoke. Stitch it up there, press the seam up, top stitch that, and then add the fold over elastic. Ready? Okay, now to add the yoke to the skirt, I've got my, find the front or the back. See which one I want to be the front, right here, or the back. I always want the good stuff in the front because it's usually where you're walking. And I think this would be the front, because the stars won't get confused there. Yes, okay, front is with the big V's, and then the sides are with the little slits. So I got the front here, and then I have my marks right there. I just got to make sure then that this is oh, it looks all confusing there. But the front mark here is matched up to that V, a little notch. Let's put a pin here and just get the side seams together first. And I got the little side seam there and a side seam there. Check that they fit. Yep, looking good. And I pre-marked my 5/8 mark there, just because my yoke had a little bit of a dip in it, and I wanted to make sure I sewed it on the 5/8. Yeah, I can see that right there it's the same. So just go around this, find the side seams here. Sometimes it's hard to tell which side seams are. Wow. Yeah. All these lines in here. Just pin it, and then I'm going to sew this yoke around 5/8. And then I probably should zigzag it too, because it's going to fray. Alright, I'll finish this up and go sew it. Alright, I have the yoke stitched on, zigzagged it. Let's see how this looks. Here, looking like a real skirt. Yoke is on. This is flopping up. I have to press the seam up and then top stitch it, and then that will stay down. It should, I hope. If not, I'm gluing it. But yeah, it's looking really great. Looking good. So I'm just going to do that. I think I'm going to top stitch it with navy, because I don't know if I want a cream colored stitch going across there now. It'll interrupt the line too much. Yeah, so navy thread there. Then I just have to put elastic on the waist part. I have a bunch of white because the black is always sold out at my local fabric stores here. I'm going to use the black, yes. You never know. July 4th, there could be some pretty crazy partying going on and my shirt could come up. Anyway, so go and press this and top stitch it, and then I'm going to get the elastic on. Top stitch looks great. Wow. This is turning out cuter than I thought it was. Now the elastic, rollover elastic, I put it around my waist, put the center back right here and mark the quarters, and then I just sew this on quarter to quarter. Just stretch the elastic, zigzag it, just rolls over, clamps on right there, clamps on to the top part there. I have a whole video out about this because this is all I ever seem to use anymore. Once in a while I do a skirt with zippers, but using this, I love it. It's so comfortable. Right, finish this up. Skirt is done. My fingers are a little blue. I probably should have pre-washed that fabric. I might have already. I didn't wash the stars one. Oh well, just thought of that. Anyway, so skirt is done. Voila! It looks fabulous. The square right here with the trim, the denim. Oh my gosh, I love it. So fun. I like how I got my edging on the fray right on the edge of the stars. Turned out perfect. That's what you do with that strange fabric. Doesn't have to go into a quilt. So, have you made any skirts for 4th of July? What is your plans? And have you ever just dressed in a theme? I don't know if you saw my dice skirt that I did for the poker run, which I found out there was no dice and poker, but I wore it to Vegas, and so I had a little dice skirt. So, check out Island Quilters on Hilton Head. They have some beautiful fabrics in there, and let me know if you have any themed outfits going on for the holidays. I'll see you in the next video.